This is Jackie, and I'm here with your All Access interview with Roxy Roca here at Austin South by Southwest Festival. Now you are from Austin, so you're sort of an expert, I feel like. How do you make sure that you stand out in such a music-saturated city like Austin?
That's the million-dollar question. Nobody knows the answer to that. I'm not sure it is possible, to be honest, anymore. With big name acts and major corporate sponsors, I actually don't think it is possible.
Is there and there's over 100 different venues here at least. I can't count either between figuring out the answer to that last question and how many venues are here.
Yeah.
But are there a few that are your favorites that you really enjoy either playing or being a listener in?
Yeah, we definitely have our favorites. There's Seaboys and Continental Club on South Congress are always favorites of ours. The Blackheart down on Rainy Street, that area is really happening. The Parish is always a favorite. Yeah, but there's so many that pop up that just for South by Southwest that aren't presenting music year-round, and so you just have to go where the music is.
Another important Austin question is, where's the best barbecue?
I would get the jackfruit barbecue that's at Counterculture down East Cesar Chavez. It's 100% vegan, good for the planet, good for the animals, good for you, and tastes great. So that's where I'd go.
Good options. I like that recommendation. Might have to check that out later. Describe your sound for all these new listeners out.
Okay, Roxy Roca is dynamite Texas soul. And so it's really heavily inspired by a lot of the greats from the late 60s, James Brown and Al Green and Wilson Pickett stuff, Sam Cooke, stuff like that. But it has a sort of a Texas attitude, so there's a lot of swagger.
Swagger, and when I think of Texas, I think of an accent. What happened to yours?
Well, I think probably people in Texas maybe don't sound as like they do on Dallas, the TV show, maybe. So.
Good answer. I like that. What are some either people or situations that influence your debut album, Ain't Nothing Fancy?
It starts with the music, really. There was all this great music that we had been listening to. It had inspired our songwriting, and when we went in to make the record, we were getting in that mindset of how those records were made. It's not intended to be a sort of just a throwback nostalgia trip, but that informed a lot of our decisions about the kind of sounds we were going for and the directions that the songs took. So, history.
And South by is definitely, it's not the first go around. Is there anything that you feel South by does to educate the younger bands or bands that are just starting out?
Well, there are all these panels and discussion groups and things like that, and I think that there's a lot to pick from, but I think there's a lot of good information to be had if you spend the time to look for it.
And what do you intend on bringing to your showcase performances?
I guess everything that we do at every show, really. I think that a lot of what South by is about is just showing what you do. And so I don't think there's anything really all that different that we're doing for our South by Southwest performances than we do all year round. Well,
I hope it's easier for you than it is for some other folks here that have traveled quite a long way. What's up next for you after South by?
We hit the road tomorrow morning. We're playing. We have some Texas shows, and then Saturday night a festival in Jackson, Mississippi, with Trombone Shorty and Dumpsta Funk and Brownout. That should be a really good time. So not a lot of time to sit around.
Good to stay busy.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for much more from Roxy Roca. This is Jackie. Thanks to All Access and In the Key of Change.